Hello, Potato, and welcome back to the Soup March. We're in the waning days of the Soup March now, with just 5 soups left, 4 options, which means there's a 50-50 chance today that we're going to get a proper good or some more traditional just add water Wednesday type fare. And interestingly, both of the options that I have concerns about are still here. Although, I mean, to be fair, one of them cannot be today. But it does give us a 25% chance of getting, though, the cheeseburger soup. So, without any further ado, and by that I don't mean let's go to an ad, let's grab our die and roll for Soup Initiative. Now, I don't have a 4-sided die, I have a 6-sided die, and I have a 3-sided die, which we'll be switching to in the next episode of the Soup March. Unless, of course, we get the hot ones today, in which case it'll stay at 4. But we do have the Mystical Magical Coin, so if we need to figure out what to do if it rolls a 5 or a 6, well, we have that in mind. So yeah, we got a 5 yesterday. If we get a 5 today, we're going to have to roll some dice. Not roll some dice, I'm rolling dice now. We need to flip a coin. But let's roll the die and see what we're having today. It's not a problem because we rolled a 1, which means cheeseburger soup. Okay, so this proper goods cheeseburger soup is one of the reasons Soup March is happening. I had originally seen pictures posted online of this, and my thought was, wow, that sounds awful. I must try it, and try it I now shall. And then it just kind of got out of control from there, because then I found these things, and I found more things, and I found Millie's sipping broth, and then Soup March was born. So we've tried proper good already. We had the Thai style red curry soup, which was pretty good. I will definitely heat this longer. I'm going to heat this for probably 2 minutes instead of the 90 seconds it says on the package. It'll say that on this one. Yeah, 9 seconds. Gonna heat it for 2 minutes because the 90 seconds was not enough for the Thai soup. It was warm, but it wasn't warm enough. And as I mentioned, I think in the last episode, this is one of the most expensive soups in Soup March. The proper good soups are like $5.50 a piece when I bought them, and everything else here is like $2 to $3 or less. So yeah, these are the most expensive, but however, these are also like, I think, the highest quality. There's only 32% of added sodium, which I think is more than the Thai style soup had. But 320 calories for the pouch. It is only 1 serving. If you want to eat it out of the pouch, you can hold it by these little handles here. And I feel like that's going to like absolutely get it down your shirt. And of course, if you have bought some, here is the little QR code you can go to get your free Happy Spoon. We saw the Happy Spoon in the Thai video. We'll see it again in this one. That said, you will get a lot of text messages from them. If you don't mind that, I mean, I'm sure I could tell them to stop and they would. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff on their website. They have a lot of other things, overnight oats and pastas and stuff, and I do feel like I'm going to spend some time with proper good again in the future because the other soup wasn't bad. Now, what do we have in here? Because I'm concerned. This fairly kind of AI-looking cheeseburger on the front here does prominently show pickles and onions. Now, onions in soup are fine, but pickles, the flavor of pickles can just kind of infect an entire meal. That's a lot of onions, though. Look at this, like 2 layers of onions. I feel like there's a better than 0 chance this is like a computer-generated burger. So, ingredients are water, potatoes, mini meatballs, beef, pork, water, salt, onion, fennel, oregano, black pepper, basil, heavy cream, onions, tomato paste. Got less than 2% of cheddar cheese. Got some mustard in there, mustard seed, potato starch, dill pickle brine. There we go. It's in there. So, the front of this describes it as beef, tomato, and cheese. But yeah, we do have pickle brine in there, so I think that is what I'm concerned about. There's, pickle brine doesn't take a lot of pickle brine to just totally spoil a meal. Garlic, onions, cheddar cheese. I will say, as expensive as this is, it does seem like it is. That's a longer ingredient list than I think the curry soup had, but it's all like actual food. There's not. There's some xanthan gum there at the bottom, but maltodextrin. There's not a lot of really chemically sounding names. So I'm happy for that at least, even though this is not a cheap option. And I mean, it's light on the sodium compared to our Just Add Water Wednesday type stuff, but it is still fairly salty, sodium heavy. It's got 10 grams of protein, no added sugars, it's gluten-free, no artificial blah, blah, blah. Only 1 spoon per household. That's not fair. I mean, if you have 2 people in a household, you should be able to get a spoon. You're buying the stuff. I mean, you can buy more spoons. They also have happy forks. They have a much smaller selection of colors of happy forks than they have happy spoons, though. Those would be for the pasta. I don't know, maybe I'll order some stuff from their website so we can order a happy fork, and they have like a special jar for the overnight oats. Maybe we'll go that route as well. I don't know in the future. They send me coupons on a nearly daily basis, so maybe I'll take advantage of one. So we are going to microwave this. Best results, tear off top of the pouch, microwave on high for 90 seconds. I'm going to go for 2 minutes, but I am going to pour it into a bowl. I'm not going to drink it out of the pouch because I just feel like that's going to be a mess. Plus, it'll be easier to look at it in a bowl. So I'm not going to bother opening up. I'm going to go heat it up. Going to get the first sense of the scent and aroma of it once it's been cooked. So I'll be right back with some hot cheeseburger soup. We are back now with our hot. Should be hot anyways. It was bubbling in the pouch, so I'm assuming it was hot. Hot cheeseburger soup. Now, interestingly, so like the second ingredient in this was potato, and so this is really more of a potato soup. I don't know why they say beef, tomato, and cheese when this is probably gonna be more like an oddly seasoned baked potato soup. And you can see there's like chunks of potato in here too. I think that's a piece of potato. I can speak. Also have our meatballs there. I will say, when I first opened the pouch, the aroma hit me, and it does legitimately smell. Here, you can take a sniff. It does legitimately smell like a fast food cheeseburger. And I'd say specifically a fast food one, like maybe a McDonald's meat. Yeah, I'm gonna go with McDonald's. It smells like a McDonald's. It doesn't look like a McDonald's cheeseburger in the picture there, obviously. But I'm gonna say it smells like a McDonald's cheeseburger, which it's not a bad smell. I mean, I'm down for a McDonald's cheeseburger, you know, especially if it comes with a toy. But they definitely have the scent right. But it's basically, so it's like a potato soup. Let's get a meatball there. I mean, I'm down for a potato soup too. So you know, what is that? What is this? It's gone is what it is. But what was it? Is that a piece of potato? What is that? It's, you know, I think that's an onion. That's potentially an issue for me, because I thought, you know, it doesn't break apart like it's a slice of potato. It feels like it's probably an onion. All right, well, let's dig in. Let's get. I lost my meatball because I dumped it. Meatball. I get a couple meatballs. Why not? All right, here it is. Cheeseburger soup. Is it proper good or proper gross? It's actually fairly mildly flavored. I was expecting, I'm not getting the pickle, which is a good thing. I mean, we saw it in there on the ingredient list, pickle brine, but I'm not really getting the flavor of it. I will say, as much as it smells like a cheeseburger, it doesn't really taste like what it tastes like. It tastes like a baked potato soup, and that's not a bad thing. I like potato soup. I'll say it doesn't, like if you just serve this to me without showing me the cheeseburger on the package, I don't think I'd get cheeseburger. I would get potato soup. I'm honestly not really even tasting the tomato all that much. I'm mostly getting the potato. Now the meatball is interesting. The meatball reminds me of the meatballs you get in SpaghettiOs with meatballs. It's got that same sort of texture, chewiness, kind of almost lack of flavor. It's nice and meaty, but it's just kind of meaty. But once me with the soup off of it, it tastes almost exactly like the meatballs in like SpaghettiOs and meatballs, like the canned meatballs. I will say this is not. I was worried about this one largely because of the pickle brine, and that was unfounded. It's not bad. Is it wowing me with anything? No, not particularly. It's a somewhat tomatoey potato soup. I'm not really getting the sense of cheese out of it. I'm not really getting the flavor of the onions either, but I mean, there seems to be chunks of that floating in here, so that's not, like, we're not going to get into that. We have the dominant here is potato. Potatoes are nice and soft. Got a meatball there too. Now the meatballs are nice. Overall, it's a nice soup. Again, as much as it smells of cheeseburger, it doesn't really taste of cheeseburger. It's just a nice, decent potato soup. And not too fair. If it had just said tomato potato soup, would I have bought it? No, almost certainly not. And then I wouldn't have my happy spoon. This requires some thought. So it's clearly a gimmick item. This is meant to get you in, probably for people like me who do things on videos, probably more for younger people than me to do it on TikTok. And it does not live up to that. It does smell, proper smells like a cheeseburger when you open the pouch. It does not taste like a cheeseburger to me. It tastes like potato soup, which is a good thing. It is a good, it's fine. I don't know if proper good. It's certainly proper decent. It's edible. There's nothing wrong with it. It could be a little more strong. I was expecting more of a strong flavor, honestly. I'm happy that the strong flavor is not pickle, but there's not really a strong flavor of anything else too. It's got that kind of mild, like a loaded potato soup kind of a taste to it. Utterly inoffensive, no spice to it at all, but yeah, it doesn't feel like a cheeseburger to me. Maybe a little bit. I'm getting a little. Hold on. And I could just be talking myself into it, or maybe it's because I got a chunk of something. But I'm getting a little cheeseburger sense now. Okay, the tomato is starting to come through. I'm getting a little bit of a ketchupiness to it. Still not really getting cheese. And thankfully not really getting pronounced onion or pickle either. That's a good thing. But yeah, I'm getting a little tomato out of there. Tomato soups tend to be very strongly flavored, and this one really isn't. Like, I'm expecting this to ultimately be a very strongly flavored tomato soup, but maybe not. It could be, if it's fairly mild like this. Well, I would definitely, again, I said in the last video with Proper Good, I would definitely buy more Proper Good stuff. I don't think I'd buy this one. Maybe if it was on sale or something, if I get like a good discount on it. But I feel like they're using like decent ingredients in here, which I don't think makes for cheap soup. I think I'm paying $5.50 a pouch here because this is I think reasonably small company. I mean, yeah, they have a contract with Walmart, but I think they're not like a big company, at least not yet, which is why they're trying so hard with the texting. It's made in America stuff, if that matters to you. I mean, I suppose nowadays that's going to matter more. No added sugar, gluten-free, not a low-calorie food, though that is definitely true. $3.20 for this is not low calorie. No fridge needed. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy finishing it as my lunch. And again, it makes me want to try more stuff by Proper Good, but not necessarily this again. This is not, it's a gimmicky thing. And I don't really feel it totally lives up to the gimmick. This is not like biting into a cheeseburger. It's like eating a potato soup, which again, for me, is fine. But if you're wanting that flavor, that's not really what you're getting here. And I get the potatoes. Potatoes like taking the place of bun. I get what the potato's there for. And it gives it a nice texture. It's got a nice, reasonably thick texture to it, like a potato soup normally would. You've got lots of little chunks of stuff in there. Thankfully, the only things I've been able to identify with mouthfeel are the meat and the potatoes, but I'm pretty sure there are some chunks of onions in here. There's lots of little spices and stuff. But I'm pretty sure that stringy thing we saw was a piece of onion. I mean, there's onions in it, so it could be. But ultimately, I'm going to say I'm almost a little disappointed in that I don't feel strongly about it one way or another. It's not awful. I mean, this very easily could have been a bad thing. It's not bad, but it's also, it doesn't stand out flavor-wise either. It is a perfectly, it's proper competent. It's a proper competent soup. It's not, doesn't excel, but it also doesn't fail. It's, on the scale of 0 to 10, I'm going to give it a 6. While this, not meeting this expectation is a little disappointing, and that probably keeps it from being more of a 7 or an 8, it is a nice potato soup. It's made with, like, real ingredients, not all chemicals, it's not artificially flavored, and that has to count for something. But the fact it doesn't really evoke this, and the fact that it is like one of the most expensive things in Soup March, does knock it down from being like a 7 or an 8. Probably would have been an 8, honestly, if it was like a little strongly flavored, like in a good way, not necessarily a pickly way, but if it had like a stronger flavor to it. This is fairly mild. If it has stronger flavor to it, and it didn't cost $5.50, it'd probably be an 8. It's really just, it's just losing points for those two reasons. And if I take the price out of it, it should probably be more like a 7. It's above average. It could be a little more. It misses greatness by not very much. The meat is nice if you grew up eating canned pastas with meatballs in them. That's definitely a nice flashback to that. If you didn't care for those, then that's probably not going to be great for you. I'm getting the tomato more now, though. Maybe this is cooling down. Yeah, I'd recommend trying it. I'd recommend giving it a try. It's not, I don't think you're going to want to stock your cabinets with it, but it's not really going to wow you, but it's not bad, and it's growing on me. The more I eat of it, I'm like halfway through the bowl here now. The more I eat of it, the more it's kind of growing on me. Oh, there's that stringy bit. All right, let's eat that stringy bit, see what it was, what it is, what it will soon not be. Yeah, that's onion. I can feel the texture of it crushing between my teeth. Thankfully, the flavor has been cooked out of it. So it's just kind of a thin piece of onion texture, which is in itself not fantastic, but it's better than like a fresh piece of onion. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 6. It's above average. It misses greatness by very little. No, I said it'd be a 7 without if I took the price out, didn't I? I can't really do that though. I mean, the price is part of it. I'm gonna go with 6. It misses greatness by very little. Just a little bit more would make this a very flavorful and impressive soup. As it is a perfectly competent soup. It's a somewhat tomatoey potato soup. And it definitely smells like a cheeseburger. They got the scent right. Flavor not quite, but the scent definitely spot on a cheeseburger. Well, that was one of the 2 soups I had the most concerns about going into Soup March. The second one, of course, being at least a couple episodes away, because we can't do that until we do the garlic. But so far, having had proper good soups twice, I'm definitely on board with trying more proper good stuff. Neither thing has been like perfect, but they're certainly proper decent. And with that, I'm gonna go finish my lunch now before it gets completely cold. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Have you tried any proper good foods, any other proper good items? Let me know in the comments what you thought of them, what else I should look for and try. And then come on back in another couple days for the next leg of the Soup March.